Never. I've never ever attended an event which remembers the contribution of the British Indian Army. This was my first time ever doing it with colourful heritage. Nothing. I knew absolutely nothing. I was never taught about it in school. The only knowledge that I had was that India helped Britain within World War I and II. The extent of that help I didn't know, and I was never taught. And I don't think that came from ignorance from people. I think it just came from a lack of knowledge. But I never knew anything. So Kenusi and the dinner really, really opened up my eyes, just to the extent of India's help to Britain and the forgotten soldiers, the Muslim, the Hindu, the Sikh soldiers. So it really opened my eyes. Absolutely nothing, because I think, well, if you look at the 21st century now, and if you look at 2019, we're living in a time where there's quite a lot of racism and there's quite a lot of ignorance and hate and fear. And I think if people were to know just how much these Indian soldiers gave, they spilled blood for this country for little more than pride, I think there would be a lot less of that. So there's not enough education on it. And actually, quite funnily, when I uploaded some information on my social media sites, the amount of people that were voting to say they had never heard about any of it was quite shocking, quite upsetting actually. It makes me feel very, very proud. It makes me feel really, really happy because, again, I've always seen Scotland and Great Britain as my country just because I was born here, nothing else. But after hearing about what my ancestors have done for this country and what my friends' ancestors have done for this country, it really does, you know, make you feel a little bit warm and fuzzy inside just to think that we contributed to this great country and this is our home as much as it is anyone else's. Communication and speaking about it and opening up that dialogue, a little bit like, or the work that Colourful Heritage does, exactly that. So we need to have open discussions. We can't be afraid of bringing up controversial topics. And then after that, we need to educate our young people. We need to implement it within the curriculum. We need to implement it within education. We need the backing of governments, of councillors, of teachers alike, and we need the backing of strong people from our community. So communication and speaking is the key. That's how we can fix this issue that we're having about, you know, not enough information. %100%, because I think, especially in my generation, we are coming up against a lot more racism. There's the world events that are happening, such as Brexit, sorry I said the B word, and other kind of events that are shaping the future of what's happening in Great Britain. I think if a lot more people knew about this, there'd be a lot less racism, there would be a lot less fear, there'd be a lot less ignorance, and I think we could really, really educate. So yeah, it's really, really important to help for these contemporary issues that we're facing. No, which is sad. But again, I don't blame the schools for it because I think no one's ever taught them. And if you speak to I met some teachers at the Remembrance dinner and they said we never knew about their contribution, not out of hate or not out of ignorance, just because we were never taught. And there's not enough that's being done. So I think schools and governments, they don't know enough. And they really should, because this is how we can educate. And again, as I said in my last point, we need to open up that dialogue and have, you know, discussions.